Hello, my name is Tara Omotosho, and I am the host of Inspired into Action, where I interview women who are taking action in their business. Recently, I was interviewed on Facebook Live by Priscilla Monroe and with her new show, In the Know with Priscilla Monroe, and I wanted to share that video with my followers here on YouTube. So stay tuned to this video when you'll hear about my business and what I'm doing to help promote women in their business today.
Hi everyone, good afternoon. This is Priscilla with Into the Know with Priscilla Monroe. So it's not quite 1 o'clock. I'm going to try to tag some people in and get some people, see if I can invite some friends on here, get some people in here that I know that might be available at this time. As I, forgive me for maneuvering my camera around, we're going to try to get that set up back the way it was, and I'm not going to mess with it. I'm not going to tamper with it because I have a tendency to try to make things exactly perfect, and everything can't be perfect. We're going to try our best. We're going to do what we can and try to make it work as it should. So thank you all for joining me. Thank you for joining me. I want to thank you for taking out your time. I can't see whoever's on here. Thank you. If you would go ahead and hit that like and share button so we can get the message out. This is a new segment for me. It's called Into the Know. A lot of times you always hear me talking about different things that I'm promoting, whether it's for myself or other people. I like to let people know what I know. We are and should be willing to actually help someone else out. We should be willing to help someone else out, and we should be willing to share the knowledge. It's not difficult if we just decide that is going to be our mission. So I always thank people for actually coming on here with me, taking your time out. One of my passions is to empower people, to let people know that you have enough in you, you have enough with you, you have everything that you may not have every resource that you need, but there are tools to get what we can get. So I always like to empower people through my motivation, through my messages. And we have Tara Omotosho on here, who is my guest.
Hey,
How are you doing?
I'm doing awesome, doing
Tara,
fabulous.
First of all, thank you so much for joining me into my new segment. You are my first guest
Well, it's an honor. It's an honor.
You know what? As you have interviewed me before, for people who don't know, that is one of your passions also, to actually help people inspire into their why and to, do what they do. You have your heart set on making it easier for the next person. So it's such an honor to have you as my first guest with Priscilla Into the Know, my live segment that God just impressed upon my heart to start doing. And no better woman that I would rather have on here that, I have to go ahead and say kudos to my website designer, my business card, my banner who's back here, which was actually produced by Kingdom Publishing. But however, you see all the color, all of that was done by none other than Tara Omotosho and her businesses, in which we will get into that. So for me, I didn't get here by myself, so the credit is never mine to be where I am. Never. I'm so thankful that people don't know I'm a child of God first. I have, thankfully, 2 parents that still live and been married 51 years. I'm the middle child, so I don't take it lightly that I am here and blessed to be able to do exactly what I'm doing. So for all the viewers who are on here already, if you would hit that like and share button, and then we're going to get into our actual formal interview, which I'm still just tickled pink. It's different when you have a guest on here versus you just doing all the talking. So this is my time for the guest to have her opportunity to really highlight herself. But I will tell you, I met Tara through an organization called Mocha Moms. It's a stay-at-home organization for moms. It was originally started as a stay-at-home organization for mom, but it's branched out. You do not have to be just a stay-at-home mom. You can be working. So we met when our kids were in our arms, breastfeeding, diapers, Pampers, pull-ups, and all of that thing, all of those things. So I not only know Tara as a businesswoman, I know her as a friend. I know her character. I know who she honors. So with that being said, to all of my guests, I introduce you to none other than the fabulous Tara Omotosho. And thank you again for joining Priscilla Into the Know.
Thank you, Priscilla, for having me. I appreciate it so much. One thing I wanted to say before I say thank you, I'm trying to get this screen corrected. So one thing, I think if you can shift to your other side so the viewers can see you, because I'm right in front of your face. And I want them to see you, and I want them to see us. Both of us.
Better?
So, yeah, I believe so. I believe that's better. Because I want to make sure that they
viewers,
see you.
Just give us a comment if you can see me. Right now I'm on. Okay, if you can see me, please just send me some thumbs and some hearts and all that stuff. And and I can't see the hearts, so that's okay. Thank you, Tara. Thank you, Tara.
I see them. They're hearting. They're hearting. I just want to make sure that you're seen too, because instead of me being behind you, I want to make sure that you're able to be seen as well. So I appreciate you having me on your show. It's an honor and a pleasure to speak to your viewers and to other people about what it is that I do. Oftentimes, I don't have a problem with playing the background, but oftentimes I'm in the background, and I really take it as an honor and a privilege that you saw fit that I would be your first guest.
Yes, and it is an honor and a privilege, because I firmly believe that we are supposed to learn from each other. And once again, as for those who didn't jump on when I was telling everyone, I'm so honored by Tara, just her heart to give. Her heart to give. She's blessed me tremendously. When the vision for my book came out, I presented her with colors, and she ran with it. And again, this isn't about me, but the background that you see, those are the colors that I only presented. She came up with all the other things. So Tara, you go right ahead into just and really just letting people know what you do and why you do it. So let me start with the first question. Tara, let people know how they can find you on social media, just in case we have viewers that have to jump off. So we're going to start that first.
Okay. Again, my name is Tara Omotosho. I can be found in several places on social media. One is Tara Omotosho at Facebook, right? And the other one is Inspire Into Action on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. InspireIntoAction.com is my website. And also I can be found at Increase Biz Now, which is my other website. My husband and I have a digital marketing agency where we work with people, individuals, and companies, helping them to increase and build visibility and sales, and also just helping you to formulate your business. If you know that you have a dream and a vision out there, but you don't know exactly how to reach that goal, we assist you in that as well, whether it's from building your website to helping your social media marketing campaign, or consulting you and what steps to take next, or building your sales funnel, or printing and having business cards, banners for you, whatever it is that you need in order to succeed in business, we are here to assist with that. So that's who I am. Also, we own a digital another company is called Designerall, and you can find me there. That's on Facebook and also designerall.com. So increasebiznow.com, inspiredinaction.com, and designerall.com is where you can find me.
Okay.
That's a lot.
It is a lot, but it's a blessing that it is a lot, which means that you have opened yourself up to use the resources and gifts that God gave you. So how in the world did you get started? Because you gave us a lot.
Right. So let me turn this way because I'm tired of holding this. There we go. All right. So how I got started. Well, it all starts back to I went to school to be a social worker, and I always had this desire to help people and to help situations. So I have my master's degree in social work, and I worked as a child and family services social worker for 10 years doing adoption and foster care. And I really liked that job. However, I did not see the change that I wanted to see. So when I had my children, first of all, let me go back. I am like you, I'm a believer in Christ, dead set on Jesus. He's the love of my life. Second of all, I am a wife. I'm a mother of 4 boys. And so it's a lot going on here at my house oftentimes. And I am a homeschooler as well. I homeschool my children. So when we first had our first son, I stayed at home. You know, I left my job and I devoted a lot of my time to them. And I really, when the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 children came, I really got lost in motherhood and being a mother. It wasn't anything that they did. It was just something that I did to myself. I lost the drive of who I was, who Tara was, and what God wanted for me in my life. I really put that on the back burner and put my children and my husband's business and first, because he was involved in real estate and really assisted him with that, but really didn't have a place for myself. So my husband started consulting people.
I'm going to interrupt you just for a quick second because this is good stuff, but I don't want people to miss a crucial point that other women, and not just women because we have men on here as well, other people may be feeling that they may not know the feeling of why they have this somewhat of an emptiness regarding not tapping into something they want for themselves. So describe that feeling that you actually had when you said you wanted something for yourself, because it had to be, something had to ignite that feeling.
Yeah, you know what? That goes back to maybe how the reason why I started Inspired in Action. I saw people doing things and I was like, wow, that's really great. Wow, that's really great. Wow, really supporting to get behind people and encouraging them. I saw a couple of my friends write books. And I was like, wow, that's really awesome. That's cool. And I supported them and all the way. And I was really genuinely happy for them. But I just didn't know what it was. I was like, God, what do you want me to do? I'm at home with these 4 kids. And I have interests. I have goals. I have visions too. What is it that you want me to do? And I sort of got forced and pushed into this. I didn't want to work with my husband in real estate. I didn't like the hang-ups. I didn't want people yelling at me. I had a couple people curse at me. I'm like, I'm just calling you to find out if you want to sell your house, And I was like, I don't want to do that. I thought about becoming a realtor. But I just, that wasn't what I was passionate in. And so, but the feeling is just I don't know, just like a loss. Just going through. This is what it is. It's just going through life and allowing life to just be lived and not really waiting and stopping to assess or enjoy the moments. I was really just going through life, And, thinking that, okay, I'm going to raise my kids or, be home with them until they go to elementary school. And then I'll find myself, but they didn't go to elementary school. They're home with me, so that didn't really work out. It's funny how we have some plans, but God directs our steps, and when He starts revealing His order to you, it's like, wow, God, that's really amazing how He orchestrates things. So just when I was still and I allowed God to orchestrate things, that's when they became more clear to me.
You said something really, really important. You said the word still, S-T-I-L-L, not still like we're going to take something that it isn't ours. You said still because you had to be quiet. You had to start moving to hear what it was for you to do. And a lot of times because we are so busy, we are women that multitask. We won't make ourselves sit still. And I know for me, I didn't know I was supposed to make myself be still. So that was kind of challenging when I realized, how busy we can all get, that you can actually schedule yourself to be still and it's okay. And because it sounded like you heard yourself saying you needed to be still. And you did be still. And once you did be still, wow, you had multiple things started just growing out of you.
Yes. Yeah. And it all came from being still. And like you said, continually scheduling that time to be still. It's just like, anything else that you would schedule, whether it's from your kids' sporting activities or your dates with your husband, whatever it is, you have to schedule those things. So you have to schedule to be still and really just reflect on the goals that God has given you, the dreams and visions, and this is like a daily thing. This would be a weekly thing. Just taking introspective of the day to see how things went, what I could have said differently, what went well, different things like that. Just really taking the time to inhale those moments.
Okay, awesome, Tara. That's great. And once you started to be still, you heard what some of the things that you were supposed to do. How did you get started with that one thing? And if it was that one thing, or you included multiple things to start the digital business? Now you chime in so you can correct me.
Well, my husband first started the digital business. He was doing a lot of this before, and I was like, that's a good idea, but I don't know. And so I started really sitting in on meetings with him. When he was having meetings, when clients would come over, oftentimes they would bring their wives, and we would be talking about their dreams or their visions or goals and how we can assist these people in accomplishing their goals for their business. And, I really came alive in those discussions, really came alive, and had a lot of great ideas, and people were like, wow, this is really great. But after those meetings, I walked away with asking myself the question, it was usually the man, because he was meeting my husband, that had all these dreams. But I was like, what about the wife? Like, she has dreams, the goals and visions. Like, what are her goals and visions? So I started asking the wives when they came to our home and they did business. I was like, what is it that you want to do? Because I know that I hear your husband talking about this, but I know you have dreams and visions too. So I really started talking to them. And out of those conversations came Inspire into Action.
Oh, wow.
So that's how that came about. Inspired into Action is a talk show where I started really interviewing women who I thought, I thought were successful, because success is all relative. I thought that they took an action step and they followed it. They followed their dream. They had a vision. They took action, and to me, that equals success. So I wanted to interview them on their process, because I felt like taking from the book in Revelations, it says that we overcome by the blood of our Lamb and the word of our testimony. So how else to get people to overcome their fears, their anxious, feelings, or whatever it is that they're feeling that's keeping them from stopping, moving into their business? What is it that we can do to help them? So Inspiring to Action is basically like a testimony. You're testifying, you're telling people about your business, about your goals, how you got started, and what caused you to take action despite some adversities that you might experience. Even if you know you may not think that you're successful because you don't have a billion followers or whatever it is, but you took action. And those are the people that I was looking after. But then they started seeking me out because I just really wanted to get people's story. I felt like the more people that were stories were able to be heard, the more encouraging that would be to other people, because God is not a respecter of person, he's a respecter of faith. So it doesn't matter who else is doing whatever it is that I'm doing. I'm stepping out there and I'm doing what I feel that I'm called to do and what he's called me to do. So therefore I am successful.
And I loved everything you said because it's all factual. And because I know you personally, you know, I know that you have been able to push through some of those things that can pull us back once we start to, number one, you verbally said what you wanted to do. You even kind of not took over what your husband was doing. You planted a seed in another woman, and by asking, and then you ran away with that to create your own. Now, what are some of the things that you do to get around or maneuver through your hiccups? Because we all have them.
Some of the things I like, because I have 4 children, I homeschool, and that takes a lot of my time. I really started really planning out my time. I had to establish office hours. I had to make sure that, you know, that the things that I'm doing for other people does not infringe on what I need to do for my family. So that's some of the things. And just sometimes saying no, or, you know, or just, I mean, my biggest thing in regards to being in business that I've learned and that I sort of struggled with was like, not rejection, but sort of like rejection. Because I'm like, everybody wants to do business with me. I'm nice, you know, I do a good job, you know, whatever. But when people decide they want to go a different way, I'm like, I have to really say, okay, it's okay.
And
it's
that's
okay.
hard.
And my husband really helps me with that. I mean, I am very fortunate to have him in my life, and he has really helped to build me up. One of our uncles has said something to him when I was in that, I guess, that confused state, like not really moving forward or progressing. He said, you need to push your wife forward. You need, whatever it is that she wants to do, you know, you need to push her. And that was really good advice. And he took it to home and he really started like encouraging me to do it. And I know that some people are like, well, my husband doesn't do that. Okay. Well, if your husband doesn't do that, I know that you have a friend, you have someone, I mean, someone in your life that is speaking to you positively, that's saying, hey, you can do it. Even if it's not someone that you may want to do it, you take that information that someone has given you and say you can do it, and really believe that you can do it, because God has given it to you. Whether it's baking cakes, baking cookies, you know, doing website, maybe it's just encouraging others. Whatever it is, like, God has given you that gift and you need to pursue it. And whatever it takes. I mean, maybe you're not on Facebook and doing all these things, but just do it to the best of your ability. And that's what I try to do. That's what we try to do. My husband and I try to do in Increase Biz Now. Really working unto the glory of God and not really unto man, and doing our best. One of our mottos is that we give more in value than we ask for in compensation. And that doesn't mean that we don't get paid. We get paid very well, but we work as if it's our project. Everything that we do, I work as if it's my project. I put the time in, and sometimes my husband has to tell me to like slow down, like reel it back in, you know, because I'm really passionate about seeing other people progress. Whatever.
And you are, and I'm one of your students. I proudly say that, and will always proudly say that I'm one of your students, because one thing about knowing it, you must know your weaknesses and your strengths in different categories or areas of your life. And when you find that you are not strong in a particular area, that's when you be quick to acknowledge it, especially if it's a business. You be quick to acknowledge it so you can tap into that person that will help you, that will want you to succeed, that will, and also know how to let you know that, you know what, let me handle this aspect of it because I have the tools to do this. versus this aspect.
Right.
And you just never know what type of partnership will come out of that. You just never know. I know it's a great partnership will come out of it, but there are people that are skeptical of just jumping out because it's all new, it's all scary. It's just when you first learn to swim, that's not something that you just know because you were born. And
right. But the thing is, like your analogy, going to swim, you seek out a good teacher, and you really seek out someone that then you can trust. Then you feel that you can trust, and that's challenging in regards to working with anyone, is that you don't know in this world who to trust. But I know that when my trust resides in the Lord, that He will bring people to me that will help me to increase, but also I can increase them as well. So it's a mutual exchange. So just really, I think when you're dealing with people, that trust factor, that's like the main thing I have heard in regards to working with people in their business. A lot of people have been burnt out here, whether it's from people taking their money and not designing a website for them, or taking their money and not doing what they said they need to do. But my husband and I come from the philosophy that a great name is better than any treasures or any gold that we can receive. I mean, my name's not like anybody else's. It's Omotosho. Omotosho. It's not like Smith and I can hide. It's not like Jones and I can get over. It's like Omotosho. So we have 4 sons. So our sons are going to be carrying those names. So for us to do someone wrong is counterproductive to what we're trying to do. We are here trying to build a legacy, not only for our children, but for the body of Christ. Because for the body of Christ, because there are a lot of people out there doing a lot of great work, and I think a lot of times I understand things get in the way, and maybe you might have to just make some hard decisions sometimes, but it's best to be a person of your word at all times. And that's one of the other mottos of ours, is that we are people.
And you all are. And this is not a paid for advertisement. It is just the truth. It is just the truth, because a lot of times, unfortunately, we do have a lot of things that have happened to people that hasn't been nice in terms of business. So to hear you say that you actually take character and the characteristics of who your husband and you want to represent, you take that very seriously. That says a lot, because what it says to me is you're not putting money before your values. The money will come, but your values is so important. I grew up from North Carolina, where I come from an era, and my parents did, where people honored their word by just giving a handshake. There was no contract initially, and it was a look in the eye. It was a look in the eye along with the strong handshake. And I still firmly do believe that in a certain extent. However, I do know, by you putting the character first, your character first, it shows how much value you have in that other person. It just does. It does. And also it plants a seed, Tara. It plants a seed, because honesty will never die. Truth will never die.
Yes.
It will not. It will. It's just like, even though the prayers have been taken out of the school system, people are still praying. You can take it out of the contract. You can not have it as a routine, but people are still praying. And whether someone chooses to go with your business or not, you're going to be blessed. You and your husband will be blessed simply because of the seeds that you have already been planted from just not even the business. Even before the business was birthed, it was already there, because that's what your integrity was so important. So what would you say to that young woman that just got out of college that says, you know what, I want to create my own business, I have this product. I don't know how to get it out there. What would you say to her to give her a tool to get her started? If she already had the vision, she already had some of the content, what would you say to her is the number one thing you should do first?
So she already has, well, if she already has the vision and it's written it down, okay. She already has the vision, already has written it down. I would ask God for clarity in the steps that you need to take. And not saying that, you'll get the answer, but at least write it down, so when the steps come, you can start writing them down too. I would, it depends on if it's a product or a service, but it really doesn't matter. I would just encourage that person to start taking action, whether it is just creating a Facebook page or a LinkedIn profile, whatever it is. Start getting social and start putting not the idea or the concept out there, but start just talking to people. I would tell her to contact us so we can help you formalize it better. But I would definitely want to encourage her to get with some good people that aren't in it to take your idea, that have no desire but to see you soar and excel. I have one friend, and she came to me. Well, we were talking in this conversation. She had this idea. Well, she was doing something. I was like, that would make a great idea. And I was like, let's do it. And so she texted me, was like, how are we going to formulate it? I was like, let's just do it. Let's just get it out there. Not because I'm thinking about benefiting from it, but I'm like, let's just get it out there. So if I was talking to her, I would say, just like, let's get it out there. Not that, not to put your whole idea out there. Let's formulate it and get it organized a little bit, but don't be scared to put it out there. Because right now you're young, you don't have any kids, you're probably not married. Like I told my husband when we didn't have kids, I was like, what better time not to do it? Do it now. We don't have any responsibilities. Like the worst thing that can happen is that you succeed. Right. You're gonna succeed. Just do it. Just put it out there. You gotta organize it, you gotta work with people to help you formulate it, but don't be scared. Don't be scared. Really put it out there. Put it out there and be bold with it, whatever it is. So whether it's just establishing right now, depending on if you're able to create a landing page or something like that, giving people more information, or at least buy the domain name, whatever it is. Buy the domain name. That doesn't mean you have to create the website right away, but buy the domain name. Make sure it is available to you. And get all the social media platforms in order so that when you are ready to launch, everything's already established. You don't have to worry about seeing if, this name is taken or whatever. So those are just some of the things, I think if I answer your question, those are some of the things I would encourage someone to do. If you're thinking about starting out, just take those initial steps. You can do some research, look online to see who else is doing. But sometimes when you look online and you see all the people doing the same thing you're doing, you might get discouraged. So I don't know how much of that I would do, but to know that, even if you do see hundreds of people doing it, if you feel like you need to do it, then it's for you. We all could cook, we all maybe can cook cakes in here, but someone's gonna like your cake more than they like mine and vice versa. There's someone out there for everyone. So just start.
Okay, so I heard you say, number one, you have to start. That person came to you. Number two, be social and also talk about it. You said talk about it. But I'm going to really just kind of direct my next statement to your business in terms of a website. And I'm going to use myself as the guinea pig, because that's what I was from my perspective. Because I came to you with an idea, and the first thing you told me, you said, Priscilla, you need a website. And my hair stood up on top of my head. Yeah. What? No. No, it didn't stand up on top of my head because I already knew that's what you did. But from an IT perspective, I started to get a little nervous about it. So what you did with me was you asked me a series of questions, which helped you gather more information. You asked me, what colors? and then you ask
Mm-hmm.
me, what information do I want to have on the front page? Please correct me if I'm not using the right terminology, but you ask me specific questions to help you get started. Because I talked to someone yesterday,
Right.
because this person is interested in the website, and he's stuck in fear because he doesn't know where to get started. I said to this person, you start with the resource that you have been given, which happened to be you. I said, you start with that person. I did. I said, you have to start with that person. Otherwise, the fears will overtake your vision and will hinder you from getting where you want
Oh,
to
yeah.
be. And I'm guilty of that
Right.
too. But let's say your website, someone wants to design a website or have a website designed by you. What conversation would you say to them?
Well, you know what? Now it's not even about. I mean, a website is good, but a website only gets
Okay.
you so far. It's now where how you are able to help the people, how they help you capture the people that come to your page, but also after you capture them, trying to take them through steps to get them to purchase your
Okay.
product or service. So really developing a funnel for them to go through to purchase your product or service. So if you know the difference between right now how people are doing business, like if you go to the store, you know exactly what you want, you go in and buy it, you go to the cashier and you check out. But online, there's really no cashier. There's no one really influencing you to buy the shirt or anything like that. So, you know, really you only have a split second for people to be on your website. They say now even 7 seconds. People are going to peruse your website and they decide whether they're going to buy what you have or they're going to keep moving. And so now you have to have more things that pop out to them. You have to have video. You have to have all these things that help to keep people on your page. And then once you get them on your page, keep them engaged so that they will purchase or they will buy into your product and or your service, or they'll just get information. Your website or your page will be the first person that they go to find more information on whatever topic or services that you
Okay.
offer. So a website is a start. A website is a start, and that can be many things. That can be a one pager where someone's just going down, or it can be multiple pages. It's really up to you how much information you feel that you need to share with
Okay.
your customers.
All right, Tara, you have given us great information. Again, tell people how they can reach you.
Okay. Well, there's a number of ways, again, that you can reach us. First of all, our website is www.increasebiznow.com. That is our website that we work through to help people to increase their business, whether it's online or offline. We do a multiple array of things. So if you go to the website, you'll see that, you know, all the services that we offer. Contact us, you know, don't hesitate to email us at increasebiz, Tara at increasebiznaw, or my husband Akin, Akin, at increasebiznaw, and talk to us, you know, find out what it is so we can find out what it is that you're trying to do and how we can assist you. Go to Inspired into Action. It's primarily for women, but we don't discriminate. If you're a man out there and you want to watch several women who are out there, I have interviewed over 100 women that are out there doing a lot of great things. Some of them from cooking to acting to, you know, personalities, whatever it is. I have a lot of people, a whole array of people on there. So inspiredintoaction.com, and also Inspired into Action on YouTube. And you can see all my videos on YouTube. You'll be able to see this video on YouTube after we finish. So those are just some of the places that you can reach us. You know, info at Inspired in Action or info at Increase Biz Now. Those are some places that you can reach us, or on Facebook. You know, inbox me. Let me know what's going on.
Tara, thank you so much. I'm not ending quite yet. What I want to do is, we've had some viewers that have hung in here with us on our interview. And I'm very thankful. It's not about how many, it's the fact that people decide to give us their time. And I am so appreciative of people that will, number one, schedule it, put it on their calendar, but will show up to support. And that is so important. So thank you, Karen. Thank you, Marja. Regina's been on here, Monica, many people, and all the people that will see the replays. We thank you so, so much for your time. And one of my mottos is to always be willing to help. Always be willing to help. Before I sign off, again, I thank, the people that always have supported soulcheck.net. Tara and her husband are great supporters on my many visions that I have presented to them and shared with them. And again, it's nothing like trustworthy people, because I've presented some information to them about different ideas, and they've encouraged me from day one. Priscilla, run with it. It was not a matter of discourage, it's a matter of just a good, honest conversation with business partners to help me grow as my business and my products. So again, my book can be found on soulcheck.net. My website should have Tara's link to her business on there as well. And if you have any questions for Tara, go to her page, like her page, follow her, and as well as myself. This has been so fun. Easy, real fun, very informative. And to those who still have questions, ask your questions. Tara or I will follow up with the answers. If there are more technical questions about website, I won't touch that, but I can definitely lead you to where you can get your answers. Again, thank you for following Soul Check LLC Ministries. Tara, thank you for being a beautiful, wonderful, my first guest. So honored, so honored.
Thank you.
And thank you for your family, your time, your boys, and being a blessing and being trustworthy people. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank
Enjoy
you.
your day. And I'm glad our service was not interrupted.
I know. This worked out great.
Have a good
Thank
day.
you.
Bye, everyone.
All right, you too. Bye-bye.